This is D with Divine Needle. Whew. The energy of the full moon in Cancer. I know a lot of you are going through some final trials and situations, something that's come up in the past and having to deal with it again. And assessing whether you made the right choice the last time you came up with this particular burden or not. The reason the challenges are being presented, especially to the Aquarian collective, is because Mars entered into the sign of Taurus, where the planet of Uranus is also sitting. Yeah. So the challenges are there. However, Mars is weakened in Taurus. So the rebel inside of us, yeah. We feel like we're ready for battle, especially if you are an Aquarius. Okay. I planned on doing a video over on my Divine L channel showing the planetary alignments coming up in January and the first part of February. Especially if you are an Aquarius. It's significant, but it is extremely significant to the entire planet. And I hope you all watch that. I do plan on doing that today. It's all about divine timing. Sometimes things get thrown in my path to slow me down because I want to go, go, go. It's game time. I feel it. I feel the sense of it's our time now. And that old, archaic, hellfire and brimstone nonsense of the age of Pisces is over. It's time to set everyone free. Especially those that graduated or are graduating at the moment on our finals. Look at it that way. We're going through our finals right now. Okay. I know many of you, whether you're Aquarius or not, are going through divine trials. That is because we're getting ready to graduate. It's final. It's the final judgment, so to speak. Planning out our path ahead. You know, the Two of Wands, right? Anyway, this is day 10 of the age of Aquarius. The end of a cycle of the archaic fear-mongering system. We need to live out loud. Whew. All right. This is going to be for the week coming up, leading into January. So today's energy through, let's see, I didn't even look at the calendar. Let me take a peek. The full moon energy is still there, so So this is through the 5th. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Through day 16 of the age of Aquarius. The early days of the age. Whew, what an important time to be on and incarnate on this holodeck. All right, let's get an empowering question. I was called to get one for this coming week, something that we need to assess possibly. Let's take a look. I know a lot of you are really going through it. I've been getting messages from several people looking for some guidance. Excuse me, allergies. Yeah, fun times. So busy on my mission, I wasn't paying attention to my overall health and messages from my body. And I got reminded to listen. And was just starting the edges of a sinus infection. So, yeah, the dry weather, dry air in the house can do that. But, yeah. All right, empowering question for this coming week for those on a mission down here, bringing in this new age of truth and enlightenment, the golden age, where everyone can live as one. All right, okay. An excellent question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? Like I said, it's picking and planning that path right now and laying out the future. Where do we see ourselves 5 years from now? Hopefully, for me, it's well into removing the current establishment and setting into motion the new age, the new way of living, the living in truth and clarity. And love and compassion reign and rule, and not fear and subjugation. Being able to speak your truth, but still keep in mind that you could be wrong. And willing to see it that way, where the ego is not the ruler. Because this age of Pisces, the ego has been the ruler, and fear. Yeah. All right. I was also called to get a Kuan Yin. So where do we see ourselves in 5 years' time? You should really examine that. Lay out your game plan. Okay? And a Kuan Yin for this coming week. For the coming week. Okay. What a beautiful card. I can see my reflection. Hello. Yeah, gorgeous card. Okay. And I did not put my glasses on, which I absolutely detest having glasses, and it's my own fault because I haven't been doing eye exercises. Because when I'm doing those, I don't have to wear glasses. Orchid Priestess of Destiny. Yes, destiny is unfolding. The Orchid Priestess of your highest spiritual destiny calls to you now. She inspires you to discover and express your purpose. This will help you answer what your purpose is. You're encouraged to live into your potential with all its uniqueness and beauty. Her sweet flute playing deep in your heart, blossoms of orchid and chrysanthemum falling from her feet. She stirs your heart to quest for your true soul's passion. What is your soul's passion? What speaks to you? And whatever that is, use that to plan out this 5-year time frame. A theme for this next week. That was quick. Quite quick. The Master. Mastering our anima and animus, our inner and outer, and our yin and our yang. Becoming a master is what we all need to do. And listening to those that went before us, that have knowledge. You cannot become a master without being a student and a teacher. If we're going to master this golden age, everybody needs to know the truth about everything. And being the master of one thing is okay. But some of us, due to our missions, have had to be masters at many. But perhaps some of you, your mission is becoming a master in a certain area and heading for that path. Becoming a master. Standing in our power. Because when you're a master, you know there are things you know that ring true into your soul being. Overall energy for the coming week. Okay. The Vagabond. That's the overall. What's our highest priority this coming week? Happy hump day, by the way. And happy birthday to the Capricorns. Our highest priority this coming week. Stronghold of the Veil. Move these down. All right. And what are we to be mindful of and or prepare for this coming week? We are on a mission. What do we need to be mindful of and or prepare for this coming week? Yep, and those Fool cards are unending right now, right? Because when we are the Fool card, we have picked that path where we see ourselves. What is your soul's true passion? Master that, and then plan out your 5-year timeline into the age of Aquarius, the age of enlightenment and truth, compassion and love. What's our underlying energy? The Conservator, withholding energy. All right. Peeking at the High Priestess. Interesting choice of words I had just as I was pulling that off, only to find an eye peeking back at me. Oh, yes. Whew. All right. Four of Orbs, the Conservator. The Conservator is the maintenance work, investments, and natural resources needed to reign, rule, and order. This is a spirit presented in your life path when you are demonstrating an inordinate attachment to the material. This is earthly power you are clinging desperately to at the expense of greater spiritual realization. The Conservator is both the spirit of that which is empirical and orderly, efficient and pragmatic, and also that is which is self-serving, covetous, and parsimonious. But for me, it's just general withholding energy, holding back, using our intuition on what we should be holding back on right now. It is about divine timing. Our overall sense of energy this week is the Vagabond. This is underlying. Are we holding back? The Vagabond, 5 of Orbs. Once again with the lotuses and the lotus throne, right? Okay. So we jump from 4 to a 5. The Vagabond is the spirit of alienation and feeling alienated. Crowning the holy temple is a lotus blossom that features the 5 petals symbolizing the 5 aggregates of suffering: sensation, consciousness, physical forms, perception, and thought forms. The Vagabond appears by your side when you are the wanderer with no sense of home or identity. This is the spirit that comes to you when your spirit is restless and when you are in search of meaning. This is the spirit who will teach you toughness and resilience, but does so by putting you through the gauntlet of material trouble. Like I said, those burdens and trials aren't just over yet. We're on the finals. So more material troubles throughout this coming week. Remember, stay in your inner child and just chalk it up to the holodeck and the finals. Okay? It'll make it easier to swallow that pill. Ugh, right? It is tough, but we all will get through it. Our highest priority, these are messengers and learning cards. Herald of the Darkening, Stronghold of the Veil. That is a page of Earth. Page of Orbs. The Stronghold of the Veil comes bearing an important message to you, an opportunity about your assets and resources, money or business matters, and that which relates to your personal economics and industry. When the Stronghold of the Veil appears in a reading, the offer, events, or opportunities to come are ones that will help you make your mark in your world. These are opportunities for establishing yourself. Perhaps there is a mundane matter you are facing at the moment or will face. A mundane matter. The Page of Orbs may appear to you to offer insights on how to best navigate that situation. The stronghold of the veil appears when you need to hear whispers of counsel on what measures to take next. All of the pages, she is the most connected to the everyday ongoings of your world, of mortal and earthly life. She also appears to guide you through shadow work. The presence of the stronghold of the veil can also be an emissary, sent from the underworld, a divinity of the earth, vegetation, a divinity of wealth, a liminal deity, one of crossroads, thresholds, and gateways, or a pantheon from the Western Hemisphere. So, your highest priority is some sort of material offer or guidance, and then running with it, what to be mindful of, the seeker, spirit in search of science. So this is heading out on that path. This is the one who seeks answers, who seeks to know. So finding out and doing the research on how to best navigate this material trouble. So that's for the week coming up. So this energy can play out anytime this week for you guys. Depends on the timeline you're on. And I'm going to get one more card for any additional words or advice. Any additional words or advice for us? Isolation. Okay, so that feels very much vagabond, like getting iced out, but it's advice, guidance, basically. Something I was going to say at the beginning of the reading, not wasting our time on those who are not aligned with our path. Queen of Swords, feeling energy. I know many of you feel very left out right now, even though we've entered this grand age. That's only temporary. It's because of the energy of the holodeck and the planetary movements at the moment. But that's because some of the planets are still sitting in Capricorn right now. Those old, heavy energies. Never fear, those planets are moving, and as Gabriel says, tick-tock. That clock is moving, the grand machine, and there's nothing that stops that. So you'll be out of that energy soon, but also keep in mind that people that do not align with your path, and this can be a very hard thing to do, but even if it's not because of opinions, their opinions are fine, but if they don't respect your opinion, and they don't align with your chosen mastering, then it's time to release that. Quit withholding. Quit withholding. Use your intuition. Okay? Anyway, I hope this helps many of you. I know the readings have been extremely profound. This one's no exception. Even though we only have one major arcana in the up slots, there is one right underneath that conservator too. So that could be why we're feeling some of that energy. But also, it feels like advice, isolating ourselves from what no longer serves us. Because that'll help remedy some of this feeling out in the cold. You need to align with your tribes, your soul family. Okay? Anyway, I hope this helps. And remember, the one that is signified by the rose loves you more than you can possibly imagine and totally understands what you're going through.